Oh, I'm going to use you guys for a little inspiration for me. And not for a whole lot of inspiration, but just a little bit of inspiration. I just woke up and um, realized, I don't know if I realized, I just wanted to do a little stretching. And I didn't trust that I would do any stretching. And it's only going to be about 5, so I shouldn't even talk about it. I'm just going to do a little quick stretching. So hold on, hang with me. Thank you. Oh, I will tell you what. It feels so good. Just to do this motion. In yoga, they call them sun salutations, but it's a series of movements that go into downward dog and you hit the mat and all this. But I don't know why it couldn't be called a sun salutation, just doing that motion, kind of bringing your arms up, bringing them together and pulling them down kind of in a prayer and a gratitude motion. Then if you want, you can add on, and I'm going to add on real quickly. Just do one of these. I'm going to be going to the gym in a little bit. Oh, let your head hang. Ragdoll back up. So, thank you for providing the encouragement and the inspiration with which to do that. Good morning, Josh Ogran. Good morning, Marky. Good morning, Mime. I'm almost sad. I see Josh Ogran hop on. And due to just bullying and harassment on TikTok, the social media platform, I had to change the settings of it from anybody can comment to only subscribers can comment. And I did that yesterday afternoon after actually, years of thought. Couldn't believe how hateful and determined some people were to say mean things. So yesterday morning after I did my Coffee with Ken show, I didn't even feel good. I didn't feel good at all. Usually this feels good for me, and I talk every morning, and I drink a cup of coffee, and it feels like therapy for me. And yesterday morning after the end of the show, I messaged a couple friends and said, that felt horrible. That felt horrible. And I realized I talk a lot about exposing yourself. Be careful of who you expose yourself to. And you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. And if you're letting negative thoughts and negative ideas and negative words sink into your body and your mind, you're not going to feel good. And I wasn't feeling good. And I've been going through stuff, and we're all going through stuff. And the last thing we need is for people to pile on and make you feel worse or bad or anything. And so I'd encourage you to hang out with good people today. But anyway, because of that, yesterday I switched the platform into a subscriber comment mode only. So I apologize for anyone that can't subscribe, that it can't comment right now. And I appreciate you guys hopping on and watching and joining and liking and sharing and doing whatever it is you feel good about doing. And honestly, I wish most of you could comment because I had fun with it. But in some ways, as my show grew, it almost became a problem. And I was letting in too many different thoughts and ideas into my mind. And I think that causes confusion. And if you're an anxious person like I am, and anytime you have your kids, for instance, and you got half the audience telling you, take them to McDonald's, take them to the mall, take them to the museum, take them to this, take them to that. Like, it was just getting stressful for me. I go, yeah, I've done that. I know, I understand. Or for me, there was periods in this show that, good morning, Chipbot, thank you for hopping on, that I was looking for work and people were throwing out, have you ever thought about being a barista? Well, yes, I have. But it was just getting stressful, and I think I was letting too many people into the conversation every morning. And again, I look at this show as kind of therapy for me and an opportunity to get stuff off. And if anybody out there resents it's one-sided dialogue, that's unfortunate. But it might just have to be the way it is. And if you do want to join the conversation, and I promise you it's not a money grab on my part, subscribe. I think it costs $5.99 a month. I talk to some people about some important things, about sobriety, about their mental health, about real estate, about trading in the markets. And I hope I offer some value, and I think that I do. And if you just want Friday, it's a little show. Yeah, thank you, Chip. I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking, and it's a show about me sharing some feelings and some experiences and just kind of sharing a little bit about life. I hear I have a relaxing voice or a pleasant cadence to my manner of speak. Um, I personally know I have a lot of experiences and have felt lots of stuff with great get to that in a minute. I don't want to be distracted. For those that have been watching a while, you know this is not just a show about me talking. You know it is also a show. Alexander Hope, I love you. I miss you commenting. So thank you for being here, and thank you for sending me any tiny dinies you want to send me today. Um, yeah, I'm excited to have my first sip. Although it's not really my first sip, but it's my first sip since I woke up from my nap at 6 a.m. Oh, yeah. I wake up from naps at 6 a.m. So, anyway, I'm excited to have my first sip, and my hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I always describe the coffee to you. I always tell you what I'm drinking. Sometimes it's Dunkin' Donuts. Sometimes it'll be Starbucks, Sumatra, pumpkin spice, you name it, I drink it. And I like to be grateful for the things we have and the blessings we have. And we have a lot of blessings in our lives. Uh, Probably if you have the right attitude, everything you see is a blessing. Everything around us, even if you don't know why it's there. Uh, I don't know, if you get your mind in the right place, you can probably think of everything as a blessing. But I'm just working on some things. I'm working on a little bit. I don't expect to be perfect just now. So sometimes I might take a sip of coffee and go, hey, that's pretty good. And then I chuckle going, well, it's just hotel coffee. And then I go, I should be grateful for this hotel coffee. So let me try and take another sip and take it with a little more zest. Ah, no, I'm kind of kidding. It is this kind of coffee. It comes in a little pack. I make it next to, hey, beautiful, how are you? How are you, beautiful? I make it next to my little coffee maker that I had to hustle to get into my room. Checked into here 2 mornings ago, and didn't know what room I was checking into, and I said that yesterday. And I said, hey, there's no coffee maker in my room. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, you got a standard room. You didn't get a deluxe room, which comes with a coffee maker. You know, it's probably like a $5 piece of equipment. You know. And for that and an ironing board to be what makes a deluxe room and a standard room makes me chuckle. So I go, well, I'll be okay. Chip wants to know if I asked her, do you know who I am? No, I didn't, but I had to explain it to her. And I said, is it possible I could get a coffee maker? And I'd checked in here before, and I'd given them 5-star reviews, and I'd taken pictures, and I'd made friends with them. So she got me one. And then I told her about my show and said, I go live every morning and do a little talk show drinking coffee. Alexandra Hope, thank you so much for subscribing to my page. I really appreciate that. You're very kind. For anyone just tuning in, I was doing this show live to the world, and yesterday decided maybe I needed to pull it in. Good morning, Alexandra. Pull it in a little bit and have a little control about who was commenting to me and who was speaking to me and who was who I was letting get their thoughts and their words into my mind and my heart. I think for years I did a great job at talking on this show and ignoring the trolls, as they're called. I don't know why. If you're out there and you're a troll, and you are, and you're rationalizing your existence as a troll because I'm a bad guy in your mind, or somebody else is a bad guy, or somebody else did something, I think you need to take a deep breath and think about your existence for a little bit. And no matter who I am or some other content creator is and what you think about them, hopefully you find more reason in your life than to be a troll. Because as a troll, you are just a fly on a horse's ass. And I guess the world needs flies on horses' asses. I'm not sure why. Maybe something for bats to eat. So if you want to be bat food and horse ass fodder, way to go. You are doing it. You are achieving it. Thank you, Bradley Tumbleweed. Oh, Bradley Tumbleweed, I appreciate you. You subscribed yesterday, too. It was so fun. Hold on, I got to get my charger. My phone's not highly charged. I get a little stressed about it. I don't want it going while I'm talking. But yeah, a side benefit would be growing a subscriber base and growing and making this a business and generating consistent revenue over time. I don't know if Netflix can do it and HBO can do it and Showtime can do it. Maybe it was time for Coffee with Ken to give it a try. But again, that wasn't the purpose. But I'd love to grow my subscriber base because I'd love to be able to keep doing this and sharing my thoughts, my morning, my coffee with anybody that wanted to hop on and hopefully provided value. So I'm going to go get my charger. I've got a nearly empty charger charging over there, and I'm going to bring it over to charge my nearly empty cell phone. And it probably won't be able to charge it for very long. So part of me wants to play a little Russian roulette with my charging and let the charger charge more and the phone to drip down in charging power. But if I do that too much, the phone could suddenly go wah, 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 and stop. Mike, thank you so much. Mike, also known as Frenchie named Levi, just subscribe to my page. How fun is that? How fun is that? Unfortunately for you guys, I think you're subscriber number 11 and number 12. And we had a huge celebration yesterday when we got our 10th subscriber. It wasn't really a huge celebration, but in my mind, it was picturing, I don't know if they still even do it anymore, but in the olden days, and I never actually saw it happen, but people would walk into the grocery store and be the millionth customer, and confetti would fall, and they'd have a party, and they'd give them like $1,000 worth of groceries because they were the millionth customer. So that was my picture in my mind last night when the Big M became my 10th subscriber. And I cheered, and I imagined confetti falling. And I celebrated as much as I could, considering I was sitting in the front seat of my car. Let me go get that charger. And again, this is a dangerous move. A dangerous move. Because now, hey, Spencer Hughes joined. Welcome, Spencer. Thank you for joining. Hey, if anyone wants to follow a content creator, check out Spencer Hughes. He joined right there. He joined right there. So follow him as well. You'll probably get two different perspectives. You'll get a half full and a half empty perspective. And you be the judge of who is half full and who is half empty. I'll leave it up to you. But anyway, I'd follow him. I'm sure he offers some great insights on a whole bunch of stuff. Here's to you, Spence. Oh, so good. It is so good. Somebody asked what my favorite roast was. I like dark roast. I kind of like to mix it up a little bit. And, because I don't know, excuse me, this isn't very attractive, but it was a medical emergency. I like dark roast. My favorite coffee, if I'm just drinking straight coffee, would be the Sumatra by Starbucks. It's a big, bold flavor, and it's got a lot of taste. And I enjoy it, but I drink a lot of pumpkin spice. I drink a lot of cinnamon dolce. Shannon Bott joined, followed along. Shannon, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Thank you for hopping. Yeah, so I drink that. And when I'm at home, and for right now, this is my home, I drink my coffee black. For anybody that wants to know, I don't know if you want to know, but I'll tell you either way. And on the road, I usually pour a little cream in it because it kind of feels good. I got a viewer here, and if you don't mind me bragging about you, Chip, who's an artist. It might not be his full-time profession being an artist, and I'm not exactly sure, honestly. I don't want to overstate it or understate it, but he's an amazing photographer as well as a barista. And he combines his arts and creates these beautiful, I don't know, are they frappuccinos? What are they? With the foam on top and where the barista makes some pretty pattern. I don't know what it is. It looks like a little palm leaf or something. I don't know. Looks real pretty. I never order that coffee at the coffee shop. I'm too cheap. I just get my regular. And he makes it beautiful. And he doesn't just stop there. Then he gets a beautiful setting and takes a pretty picture on it and focuses in. And I think he really appreciates his coffee as well. And he'll sometimes share the meaning of the coffee with me, that this was the one he shared when his daughter was in town or whatever. Maybe there'll be a fireplace in the backdrop, and I can almost smell the wood burning at Chip's house as he is creating his life and his family and his home. So Bradley Tumbleweed said he's recently gone to the dark side. You mean dark coffee? Or black coffee? The dark side. I wonder if you had to, I mean, everyone knows Star Wars now because they came out with a bunch of new ones, obviously. And when I say new ones, 20 years ago, they came out with a new one. I think probably you would have had to have been a man of a certain age or even a woman of a certain age, like in your 50s, to know what the dark side was. But now I guess it's pretty common terms in society. I bet we all know. No sugar, no cream. Well, welcome aboard, Bradley Tumbleweed. I will tell you what, I think little steps make a huge difference. And if you are out there and you are adding cream or sugar to your coffee and you drink half as much as I do, that could be 6 cups a day or more maybe. And if you're putting a packet of sugar in your coffee or a splash of cream in it, and you do that over time and you're having 6 cups of coffee, that sugar and that cream might be, 50 calories. I'm making it up. I don't know. I'm not a dietitian. Although my first wife was a dietitian, and if she was here, I would ask her. But we divorced long ago, so I might text her later. Hey, how much would it be a little cream and a little sugar in your coffee? How many calories is that? Alexandra says she does it with Splenda and cream. Stacy, thank you so much for sending the heart me. I really appreciate that. Stacy, if you're new, and you're not new, I know you've been on this show for a while, and I appreciate all the gifts and all the following and all the kind comments you've made. But yesterday, just due to frustration with growing my page and getting too many comments and too many mean comments, to be honest with you, I changed the platform to a subscriber comment basis only, just to see how it goes. And I think it could be neat, and it could be what I dream, where it's just kind of coffee with friends, not coffee with the whole world. Because coffee with the whole world is, can be problematic. Because I don't want to invite the whole world to coffee. My charger wasn't charging the phone. And it just warned me I'm down to 10% charge. I'd hate this show to be a short one. I would hate this show to be a short one. We're going to try it over here. It's kind of like when technology doesn't work, you unplug it and you start over. What I did, I just flipped the little charger around and hoping that now that it's flipped the correct way, it will start charging it. Alexandra says she only has like 6 ounces of coffee in the morning. My stomach says nope. Yeah. I feel that way from time to time too, Alexandra, and I could certainly understand, and I'm sure a lot of us can. I think my stomach lining is hardened from years of abuse. I talk about my years of drinking alcohol and the damage that did or what have you. I don't know. I think my stomach lining is pretty resilient. I think the stomach has like acid gurgling around in you. And the stomach lining can handle some acid. I know it does. It does, right? The stomach's got acid in it. Sometimes you'll have acid reflux. That's when you burp up and the acid comes up from within. That doesn't feel very good. Sometimes it'll burn the crud out of your throat. Ugh. What a yucky taste that is. So if your stomach can handle the acid in it, I bet it can handle the coffee. So I think I'm okay. We'll see. Scientists have proven that if you drop a penny in a cup of coffee, it will dissolve within 30 seconds. Whereas if you drop that same penny in the acid that's in your stomach, it will take 5 minutes to dissolve. So perhaps coffee is even more dissolvent than acid. I hope not. But anyway, yeah, I woke up real early this morning, and I went to bed real early last night, and I woke up at about 3 in the morning, and I felt so calm and so at peace and so resolute, it might be the word, and committed to what I'm doing and where I'm going and the direction I'm going, because I made 2 minor changes to my life yesterday, and one of them was changing and this is going to sound small or petty to you guys, but you don't go live several times a day and read a bunch of negative comments about you. And that was weighing on me, and I was starting to dread what I was doing. So one of them was changing my status or my page or my live show to subscription only comments. And the other one was coming to peace with something I should have come to peace with a long time ago. And I didn't, and I hadn't. And it made me kind of sad and bitter and lonely and longing and maybe angry even at times. And I think when you're feeling those feelings, no matter what they're about or who they're about or why they're about, they're only hurting you. And I know they were only hurting me. And I think yesterday I was able to be okay and come to some peace with it. And just those 2 things was a huge burden off my chest and made me feel a ton better and made me more optimistic and more at peace and able to sleep better, even though I woke up at 3. and more excited about what I'm doing and the opportunities and the blessings that life has in front of us. Hey, Donna Taylor, thank you so much for following the Live Creator. I love when you guys follow the Live Creator. I love having my audience grow. I love the likes. I love the gifts. I love the shares. About 2 weeks ago, I was having somebody send me a bunch of gifts on this. And I don't know about you. When you open a present, I'm sure we all feel a little uncomfortable, a little awkward going, what if I don't like it? What if it doesn't fit? Wrong color, whatever. I try and be a good gift recipient, but I'm not great at faking emotions. I'm not. So, but I try. But anyway, somebody was sending me gifts on here, and when you send gifts on here, it costs the viewer money, and I was feeling kind of awkward, going, well, I appreciate it. It's very kind of you, but you don't have to. And I had a long-time viewer give me a call, or he sent me a message. I'd never spoken to him before. And he said he wanted to talk to me, and he was a guy named Scott down in Austin, Texas. Ironically, my brother Scott lives in Austin, Texas. And he had one suggestion for me, and he said I should receive the gifts better. And he's right, and I'm not talking about me or online or whatever. I think being a good gift recipient is a really powerful attribute to have in life, because people giving gifts want them well received. And in some ways, I was almost being rude, not receiving the tiny dinies or the coffee magics or the roses that in a gracious enough way, or I don't know what the term is, but I wasn't receiving them in the way I should have been, because people are giving them out of goodwill. And if you're not receiving that gift in the right way, you're almost stealing something from the gift giver. So I've been working on that and trying to be okay. And I get super excited when I get tiny dinies sent to me, because Alexandra Hope loves the tiny dinies and loves saying tiny dinies. And if you think about it, saying a tiny diny is probably more fun than saying a coffee magic. Speaking of coffee magic, let's have another sip. So anyway, I went on at 3 this morning. Or no, I'm sorry, I woke up at 3 this morning. I laid in bed. I was going, what should I do? It's 3 in the morning. I went to bed maybe at 8 or 9. So I maybe have enough sleep. I do love it too, Alexander Hope. I maybe had enough sleep, or at least I thought I did. And rather than lay in bed, because as a guy that struggled with anxiety through his life, if you lay in bed or in the middle of the night, you wake up, your mind's racing. And although my mind wasn't racing, I was worried that it would start racing, and I'd start getting frustrated, and I'd toss and turn and wish I could go back to sleep. And instead, I decided to hop on and go live at 3:30 in the morning. At 3:30 in the morning. I didn't have a huge audience. Most people are sleeping. I had a subscriber who lives out in Seattle. I'll say his name was Sean, because that was his name. And he hadn't even gone to bed yet. He works from home. He lives out in Seattle. We had a little conversation. There wasn't a big audience. We might have had 25 or 30 people on most of the time. We had 2 subscribers. We had Sean and we had Julie, and they talked, and I talked, and people listened. I talked for about an hour. I don't know what I said. I don't know if it was of any value, but I mean, 30 people watched, and I posted that video on over on YouTube already. And so I was done. It was 4:45 in the morning. It was still dark out. It was going to be for several more hours. I'd felt I'd already done what I'm supposed to do today, because honestly, I think I'm supposed to go live as often as possible and talk to my phone. And I laid back down in bed. And all of a sudden, I woke up, and it was like 6:09. I was laying in bed. And strangely, the covers weren't enough. I was a little chilly. I didn't have the heating unit on. And it is winter, and it might be in the teens out there. So the fact that it was chilly in my hotel room, there's just not that many covers. I think I could have used one heavy comforter more. Then I wouldn't have had this issue. So either way, I rolled out of bed. I go, oh, coffee. Heating. Pushed heating. Got my coffee set up, and I was walking around. I go, what the hell? Let's see if anyone wants to watch me twice in one day. Walking around, I go, what the hell? Let's see if anyone wants to watch me twice in one day. Oh, I don't know if I have any viewers from earlier and now. It did give me an opportunity to hop on twice, to drink coffee twice, and to share my story and share a little bit of my morning with you guys. And I appreciate you guys hopping on and sharing a little of your morning with me and sharing a cup of coffee with me and following along in my little journey that is life. I do. So, got a little coffee here. I don't know if I have many more to say. Oh, I have a little more to say. We got snow coming down. Good morning, Captain Kenny. How are you? I appreciate you hopping on, Captain Kenny. A little bit I get sad when I have old not old, I mean Captain Kenny. I don't know how, I mean I kind of know how old he is, but I'm not talking. Well, Bradley, if you come to Chicago, I'd love to have a cup of coffee with you as well. And until that time, we're just going to have to do it over our phones. But either way, I got an old-time watcher named Captain Kenny, who may be born on November 19th, and who just hopped on and always says really kind, good morning, Sarah. Thank you for hopping on and thank you for subscribing. Always hops on and says really kind, positive things and raises my spirits and encourages the world and is married to a beautiful woman and has, I'm sure, a great life because it comes, I can read it in his words. When he types, he types with joy and says kind, nice things. And that's a good thing to be around. However, this is the first time he tuned in since my new rule that says only subscribers get to comment. So I'm dealing with a little guilt, Captain Kenny. I'm dealing with a smidgen of guilt that I don't get to see your kind words this morning because you don't subscribe. And that's going to bum me out for a while because I have viewers that have been watching for years that I can see hopping on. And I'm always going to feel a little bad when one of them can't talk to me. I miss you, Captain Kenny, but I know you're there. And I appreciate you being there. Sasha followed the Live Creator. Thank you so much for following the Live Creator. I post a lot of videos. I go live a lot. My audience is growing. I would like to have 100,000 followers here on TikTok by the year's end. I'd like to have 1,000 subscribers here on TikTok by year's end. I would like to do this as a profession, full time, not waiting tables, not taking temp jobs, not whatever. I would like to do this full time. I think I'm on a mission, and this offends people, from God. And I think the reason I have had so many learning experiences in life and so many bumps along the highway was to make me stronger and teach me things and combine that with my ability to talk in a way that resonates with an audience. And we haven't done it today, but I talk on my show a lot about sobriety or mental health or financial highs and lows or relationships or the stock market or the real estate market or anything in life. And at some reason, I don't know, it seems to work. And if it works and you enjoy it and I enjoy it and it contributes to the world in some positive way, I want to keep doing it. I want to keep doing it. And yeah, we all have bills to pay, and I certainly have bills to pay, and I've waited tables and I've done all sorts of things. And enjoyed it, honestly. Enjoyed it, although I left my job about a month ago. I was sure I was going to get another job. I really was. I really was sure. Hold on. I'm going to do the reverse switch. pop my phone down here, pop my charger back on the other. I'm going to charge the charger. It's kind of fun. And I'm going to give the charger as much juice as I can until my phone runs down to 10%. And then I might dart over, bring my charger back here. I think you guys understand. Oh, I'm excited about a lot of things. I'm super excited about one thing. I opened my blinds this morning, and it's snowing out. And it's January, and I'm in Naperville, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. And we haven't had a whole lot of snow this year. And I love snow. I go, oh, it's snowing. Kid you not, I said it out loud. Oh, it's snowing. It's okay to make fun of yourself, but I'm not really making fun of myself. I'm proud of who I am, and that I react like a child when I see snow, and that I wanted to go walking in it, and playing in it, and sledding in it, and throwing snowballs, and it kind of got me excited about doing a live walk and talk video through Naperville if it's snowing later today. Because I live in a beautiful town in Naperville, Illinois. It's right along a river. There's a ton of beautiful buildings. There's a ton of cool stores and bars and restaurants. And I don't know, I think it'd be neat to do a walk and talk live video while in a snowstorm. So God willing, and God, that means you provide the snow. I'll do the walking and the talking. I might make it happen later today. So, I was talking about the job. I left my job like 4 weeks ago. Was it 4 weeks ago? No, it wasn't 4 weeks ago. It might have been 3. It was time to go. It was time to go. And I thought I had another job lined up virtually. I found a job that felt like it was going to provide something that stirred my heart and made me feel purposeful and made me feel valued and made me feel wanted. And it was an assistant manager position. And I met a woman and interviewed with a woman who was really impressive in a lot of ways and gave a great handshake and told me in the interview she loved what she did. And I go, wow, you know, I'm sold. Hire me. I want to go to work for you because you love what you do. And despite, I think, the interview going well, they ended up hiring somebody with more supervisory experience. And I was a little bummed by it. I was a lot bummed by it because to me, in my mind, it was what I was supposed to do. It was a job working for Habitat for Humanity in their retail store called Restore here in Naperville. And I would have loved it. It was 9 to 5, Tuesdays through Saturdays. I mean, it would have been a job. I know there would have been moments that weren't glorious, but I would have felt good. I would have felt like I'm doing good things, using whatever business savvy or sales savvy or interpersonal skills I have and putting them to good work. And they didn't hire me. And I was sad. I was sad. I was stunned. It's like, oh. Reached out to the HR guy. Said, hey, I was really excited. What happened? They chose somebody with more supervisory experience. I go, well, can't blame them. You know, they choose who they choose. But I was sad. And was sad for a little bit and got on and applied to a bunch of waiter jobs, kind of a knee-jerk reaction. And I think God works in mysterious ways. And in the first week of January, I had a huge week in terms of social media revenue. And because of that, I was able to cover all my financial responsibilities for the entire month of January. And I don't know what the end result of that message is, but it inspired me to keep moving forward and keep doing what I'm doing and keep hopping on live and keep pouring some coffee and keep doing live videos. And I went out and bought a gimbal, which is a phone stabilizer. So when I'm walking and talking, it'll be relatively smooth. It'll cushion your view. And have been enjoying working on that and playing with that. And look forward to doing a hell of a lot more live videos and posting a lot more videos. And I know, I already post a lot of videos. But I wonder if I posted more and went live more, what would happen to my audience? And I think I would hit 100,000 subscribers on TikTok by the end of the year. Or not subscribers, followers. And I think I would grow to 1,000 subscribers. And at 1,000 subscribers, even at a few bucks each, that's real income, which would feel good and would allow me to keep doing it. And I think I can keep talking about mental health and sobriety and addiction and gambling and relationships and highs and lows and drinking coffee and providing something to somebody that needs something. A lot of times I'll come across people and I'll say, hey, I do a podcast, and they go, oh, I'm going to follow it. And I'm going, well, yeah, thanks. But I'm not sure. It's not for everybody. Not everybody needs this or wants this. Certainly not everyone's cup of tea. But I think you have your people. If you go out there and you put yourself out there enough, you'll find your tribe or your people or your group that will enjoy what you do and who you are. And if we stop trying to morph ourselves to fit somebody else's ideal, and I will tell you what, I've asked people in my life to morph who they were to fit my ideals. So I'm not saying I'm above it or it's anybody's bad, because I promise you, I have asked people to change who they were to please me, not to please, you know what I mean, because I thought they should be different. And that was my bad. And that led to heartbreak and pain and struggles and yuckiness. And I would encourage all of us to, we can work on our faith, we can work on our physical selves, our mental selves, our interpersonal selves, but you still need to be true to who you are. And I think for me, it's always been really hard to not be me. And I try to make me the best version of me I can. And I hope I'm doing a good job at it. And Coffee with Ken is my journey to be the best version of me. Because of that, I work out a lot. I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped smoking pot over 3 years ago on both of those. I work out 2 or 3 times a week, or 3 or 4 times a week, depending on the week. I go to church every Sunday, and I'm not bragging. Maybe I'm bragging. I don't know. Whether I'm bragging or not, it's what I'm saying. See, I always worry. I always feel guilty. I'm trying to stop feeling guilty for things so often, because I always feel guilty about everything. But anyway, I'm listing this off as just little ways we can get better. I think the number one way to get better is to be kinder to yourself, or kinder to ourselves. Because I know 6 years ago when I started doing this show, it's almost 6 years ago now, I woke up and was feeling crappy and was being mean to myself. And if you're mean to yourself, you're probably going to be mean to those you love and those in your world. And that's no way to be. So it starts from within. And I'm excited about my day. And I am feeling good. And I hope... See, I'm walking too fine of a line. Charger, not very charged. Phone, not very charged. I think we were in this predicament just a few moments ago. So maybe it's God telling me it's time to get my morning going in a different direction, and maybe pour myself another coffee, grab an apple, an orange, maybe some cottage cheese, maybe watch CNBC for a little while. I talk about how the news is no good for us. And do you not have a plug for your phone so you can plug it into the wall instead of the power bank? Great question, Alexandra. But honestly, right now I don't. I had one of those magnets that sticks to your back of your phone that could plug into the wall. But I'd used it so much that the cord was frayed and it was no longer passing the energy in. So the other day, or maybe a month ago now, I said, well, I'm going to give up on this one and throw it out. And because of that, I haven't replaced it. I've got a little cord, and I also have a charger in my car that I can stick it to. But I do not have a charger that I can plug into the wall directly to my phone. I appreciate you saying it with love, Alexandra, and I would take it no other way from you. So this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing for now. Maybe I'm going to have to go out and buy one of those magnet chargers again. Probably will, because I enjoyed that, because then I could charge and it wouldn't have to be underneath my phone. And I don't know, the world seemed in a better place when I had one of those. But anyway, again, it's Friday morning, and I appreciate you guys so much for hopping on today. And I think I picked up a couple new subscribers. I thank you for that. I know I picked up a few more followers. I thank you for that. I appreciate the 60 people that are watching on this Friday morning so much, and joining me and following along in my journey. And I don't know, hopefully doing a journey of their own. And hopefully when I talk about going to the gym, that somebody else is encouraged to maybe do some stretches or some push-ups or some sit-ups or go for a walk. Because I'm hoping by me telling my story that we're all building our own story, and it's a story of goodness and positivity and kindness to ourselves and others. So anyway, I want to thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep last night. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.